All right, we're going to be talking about obsidian today. That's one of your rocks you have to identify. Black is the most common color of obsidian. However, it can also be brown, tan, and green. Now, obsidian is an extrusive igneous rock that forms when molten rock cools rapidly. So if you look right down here, this is a liquid rock, okay, called magma, and it comes up and it cools super fast into like glass. Extrusive means out, so you can see how this cooled so fast it turned to glass. Now, obsidian is often formed when lava flows in lava flows. So when I showed right here, it comes right out of the lava flow. It's more towards the ends of it, and they just cool within minutes to hours. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice about obsidian is it's called conchoidal fracture. Well, and that's a fancy word that we use in geology, which means when it breaks, it looks like glass and how it curves like this, has these little curves, a curved surface, and very sharp edges, super sharp, like glass. Obsidian was used to make knives, arrowheads, spear points, and scrapers. So scrapers are when they scrape hides, the fat off of the hides. These are super sharp, super durable. Arrowheads, spear points, knives, you name it. It is very, very, very sharp. But just like glass, it can crack. So if you just hit it right, it could crack it off. But made really nice weapons because of how sharp it is. And today, they use it in surgeries. Some of the best scalpels that doctors use are obsidian tipped scalpels, so like knives that they use for a surgery. And they're very expensive. If when we enlarge them underneath a microscope, you can see how nice and even the obsidian is, versus there's little teeny little pockets like it right here, and not quite as sharp the metal one. So this is used today in surgery. And there's different types. This is called mahogany obsidian. It's a type of obsidian with iron in it, gives it that reddish brown color. If there's a lot of it in there, it's still mahogany, but they nickname it pumpkin because of the orangish red color to it. This is snowflake obsidian. When it cools, it has a different mineral in there called cristobalite, which is kind of makes that snowflake pattern into it, the white one. And so they nicknamed it snowflake obsidian. And then there's rainbow obsidian, which like reflects the light differently. So you'll see like this kind of like greenish colors to brown to sometimes you can get real rare. We see all different colors. Now it's been a long time ago. The Aztec and Incas used it as mirrors. So this is one today they did because you could see a reflection in it. And some of them thought that they could see to a different gaze into different worlds from it. You couldn't pass through it, but you could just look into different worlds. So a long time ago, obsidian was used as a mirror. Today, it's used in jewelry. You can see the different colors through it. Here's your snowflakes. Here's your mahogany and your rainbow up here. So people do like the color for semi-precious jewelry, which means it's not quite as rare. And some famous places where you can find it is in Yellowstone National Park. This is called Obsidian Cliff, and it has this ridge right here of all obsidian, and they've used this for making cool tools like like spear points and scrapers like for 11,000 years. And when the sun hits it just right, you can see how it reflects. It reflects that whole layer of obsidian right here. And it's a connection to Wisconsin because a lot of our obsidian artifacts that we found for spear points in Wisconsin have come from this source. They can trace it back to this source. So you know that they've been trading a long time ago. This one right here is 2,000 years old. Then we also know about our Apache tears, which these are obsidianites. They're just little round pieces of obsidian in there, and remember, it's found in Arizona, and we know the whole story about obsidian. So that is it for obsidian. So you probably it's pretty easy to identify because it looks like black glass. So when you go through your samples, one of them is obsidian, and you might even have one of the snowflake obsidian ones. But again, remember, black is the most common, and we should have those little. You might even see some of those conchoidal fractures.